Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about IVE album. There's a lot of Ives in that sentence, just go with it. But that is why I have a copy of 11 joining me. I don't know if you can actually tell, like, I can just turn and look at it and see that it says 11, but I don't know if it comes through, like, through the camera, if it actually says 11, but, like, that's 11. Anyway, just to go over this is going to work, I am going to run through the track list, give you my thoughts on each song, and then give the album a score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have some disclaimers before we get started. Disclaimer number 1, with the exception of the pre-release kit, I have heard this album once so far. I'm one listen in, so my opinions on these songs very much may change over time. Second disclaimer is my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug says, music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, now that we have all of that out of the way, let's actually get started. And first up, we have Miss Blue Blood, and frankly, she's great. The background music slaps, and the song as a whole is just very, very good. For example, the verse is quite solid. The chorus also has some of the best background music I've ever heard from IVE, and I just adore the pre-chorus, so really just all around I was a fan of the song. Now for the real question. Does it work as an opening song? And personally, I'm gonna say yeah, it got me really hyped for the rest of the album. It has this almost grand feel to it, like it is the grand opening of the first studio album from one of the currently active, like, biggest girl groups. So, I think it works as an opening. It did get me, again, just really hyped for the album, which at the end of the day is all I really want for my opening song. Next up, we have the title track, I Am, and I hate Ryan Jun. I hate Ryan Jun so much because he'll make some of the worst music I've ever heard in my entire life, and then he'll turn around and make this, which is unironically one of my favorite girl group titles of 2023 after just one listen. But let's discuss the song because she is just excellent. For starters, the verses are amazing. I especially like how they slow it down in the rap in the second verse. I really like that part. And speaking of slowing things down, the pre-chorus perfectly slows the entire song down before the chorus comes in, which, if you don't know, I've been really into as of late. As for the chorus itself, it's really fun. It's on the more basic side, I will concede that. However, I'm a basic pop stan and I did still really enjoy the chorus, so I don't really mind. Now for my favorite part, what Genius referred to as the refrain, aka the I'm on my way part. I lost it. I lost it when I first heard that part of this song. My jaw dropped and I almost started screaming because it is so good. Like, I want an entire song that's just those vibes, and I want it immediately. Big picture, this isn't my favorite IVE title. I think Afterlife is still gonna remain at number 1 for me, but this is one of those songs where if you were to look me in the eye and be like, I Am is my favorite IVE title, I would respect that opinion. Next, we have the pre-release, Miss Kitsch, and I'm not talking about this song here. I have a whole video reviewing it. I'll put it in the description. You can watch it if you want to. I'm not going to repeat myself by going through it here. I will say the song has grown on me since it came out. I still don't really love it. I still think it's IVE's worst title, but I'm not going to repeat everything I had to say about that song. You can watch the video. It's in the description. Cool, cool. Moving on, next up is going to be Lips, and I really liked it. It had this chill energy going for it, but I was still somewhat jamming. Like, the verses, very toned down, but also still managing to slap, if you know what I mean. And the chorus, I just really, really liked. I have no explanation for that one. I was just here for the chorus. However, if you ask me, the best part is going to be the pre-chorus of this song. This is another thing where I just can't explain what it was about it, but I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved it from the first time I heard it, and from the end of the song, I still loved it. Our next song is going to be Heroine, and this song, gorgeous. Like, from the very beginning with Yujin in the opening, I was obsessed with the vocals because they sound so good here. Like, vocally, very slay release. As for the rest of the song, it's very good. Like, it's quite solid. I really enjoyed the verses, and I like the pre-chorus too. However, let's call this a call to action more than anything else. This chorus reminds me of something. It reminds me of another song, and I can't remember what it is, and it's driving me nuts. So, like, can someone please help me remind me of what this chorus reminds you of? Because I hear another song in it, and I listen to this chorus several times just in my listening to the song, and I can't place it, and it's gonna be the death of me. Next, Mine. I'm conflicted about this song because, on the one hand, the background music absolute icon behavior. Like, Ryan, I hate to admit it because I hate that man. He drives me up the wall with his inconsistencies, but he did very good here. Like, the background music to the song is immaculate. However, the lyrics don't quite match up with the background music, at least to me. Like, maybe it was just a me thing, but they felt ever so slightly off. Like, someone wrote out the background music and they made the lyrics and they made the song, and then they sped up the background music by like 0.01%. And they just shifted it slightly because, again, it could just be a me thing, but it just felt slightly off, but it kind of really annoyed me. Aside from that, though, I did enjoy the song. Like, it did annoy me with the whole not being in sync part, but once I got past that in my brain, I was fine. I think this is also just, this is a part of it, but I think this is going to be a song that works better as background noise in particular, like not an active listening experience, like you're listening to it while you're answering emails, while you're making dinner, not an active experience. I think as background noise, you wouldn't notice the fact that it's slightly off, and also it would just work better. On to the next song, which is Hypnosis, and I'm gonna be honest, okay? When this song started, I thought my computer was having a stroke. Like, I literally thought that my computer was about to burst into flames. I thought it was about to die, and then I realized it was the background music, and I wasn't happy about that, and then the song only got worse from there. I literally have nothing kind to say about this song. The only thing I can muster up is that the pre-chorus is pretty good. That's about it. I hate every other part of this song. It is by far the worst IVE release I have ever experienced, and as someone who's reviewed every single IVE release, I think I can say with certainty this is the worst one. It's awful. I can't stand it. It is the worst by a wide margin, and now we're gonna move on. On the totally opposite end of the spectrum, our next song is my favorite song, which is Not Your Girl. Now, going in, I did have a feeling, I had an inkling, I could say, that this was going to be my favorite because I listened to the album preview, and sometimes I don't like to listen to it. I like to have my first experience, but if it's like an album I'm actually excited for, I will always listen to it, and I was really hyped for this album. So I listened to it, and I knew going in this was going to be my favorite, but like, I wasn't prepared for how much I was going to like it because it's so fun. I love it so much. The verses absolutely slap, and the pre-chorus is exceptional. Plus, just throughout the song, the background music is serving and slaying, in spite of the fact it was produced by my worst enemy, Mr. Ryan Jung. However, I need to talk about this chorus. This chorus is one of the best choruses I've heard this year. Perhaps just ever in, no, not ever in general, but definitely in 2023, because it is just one of the funnest, brightest, poppiest choruses I've heard in months at this point. Like, nothing I've heard in a hot minute really holds a candle to this chorus, because I'm obsessed with this chorus. It's giving summer energy. I don't know if you can actually hear it, but like, it's been very rainy recently. Like, it was raining all night, it was raining all day yesterday, it's raining all day today. It's just been very, very rainy, and I'm kind of ready for summer. Like, it was really nice a week ago, so I got hyped for summer, and now it's dark and rainy, but I'm still hyped for summer, and the summerness of this song only made me love it more. Anyway, the next song we have is Next Page, and she's another great song. The intro especially just opens it up and makes me already obsessed, because this intro honestly fucks hard. Intro aside, I did enjoy the rest of the song. It's also good. The pre-chorus, I would say, is probably the weakest part of the song, but it's also not, like, bad. It's just the weakest link. The chorus, on the other hand, is quite good, and I enjoyed the verses, so I can get through the pre-chorus because I liked the rest of the song. I have nothing to say beyond that, though, so we're gonna keep moving. We have reached the penultimate song, which is Cherish, and frankly, she's giving some chill banger vibes. Like, it's very chill, very toned down, very nice, but also kind of bangs for the most part. But let's discuss, shall we? The verses, very good. Very much a fan. The pre-chorus, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it does get a little bit repetitive at the end, which isn't my favorite thing in the world. The chorus, we're having honesty time again. It's honesty time, and honestly, I didn't love the chorus. I just didn't. It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad, because it's not. It's just not on the level of the rest of the song, which, although not necessarily bad because it's not a bad chorus, it's just not the most ideal. Anyway, last but not least is Shine With Me, which is our obligatory ballad of this album, and she is stunning. The vocals are gorgeous. The background music is beautiful. From a listening experience, it's a very enjoyable song. My issue arises less with the song itself and more with its placement on the track list. I don't think it works as a closer. A lot of K-pop groups do this, where they'll just put their ballads at the end of the album, and I don't love it. That's just not the issue we're here to address. My main complaint here is just, I wish we had one extra song at the end, maybe, to just really close out the album, or move one of the more upbeat, fun songs, like Not Your Girl, to the end. I just think it would have really been a better ending experience, a better wrap-up to the album, because closing on a ballad is never my favorite thing, if you know what I mean. Okay, it's score time. Overall, I'm giving this album a 9.4 out of 10. There was a couple songs, really just two, that I didn't like, and one that I absolutely can't stand. But other than that, like, out of 11 songs, I enjoyed 9 of them. And I would say that I wish more of them were great, but I would say, like, 4 at least were great songs. So I can't really complain. So yeah, 9.4 out of 10. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know what your favorite song is. You can also like and subscribe if you want to, or don't. I will be okay either way. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at _album reviews. I will link that in the description along with every other IVE review that I have done, which will cover every other IVE release that is in existence as of me filming this, other than the Japanese ones, but like their Korean releases. It'll all be down there. You can check all that out if you so choose. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!